All right. So, Avs, Wild. No, I can't do this. Hold on, one more. Yeah, so there was a hockey game played last night. One team actually, no, it was a hockey game played by one team last night, and another team decided to come get front row seats to an ass kicking of their own doing. 8-3 game. I'm going to go through a little bit of it. There's some things I want to go over. I'm not going to go in goal by goal because I don't know if I can take that emotionally, but we're going to see what happens. So I'm just going to talk about Grubauer right out the gate. Grubauer saved 11 18. 11, he had 11. Didn't have a great night. He did not have a great night. He wasn't the reason why specifically why they lost. It was a team effort in that respect, but I think he's just tired. I think he's tired. We don't have a backup goalie. Johansson, maybe he could be that guy. I have hope for him. We'll see what happens with Anaheim because he's definitely going to get one of those games in Anaheim. But we need someone we can rely on. We need another Francouz. I think it's worth a trade for another Francouz. We have the pieces. We just need that last little piece. We don't need another fucking draft pick in 2022 for 2022 because we're gonna win the cup with this roster we have. We just need a fucking backup goaltender to ease some pressure off of Grubauer. So when he goes into the playoffs, he goes into the playoffs fresh, and he can do what he has to do because right now he's tired. His performance started this homestand, went up, and then he started getting a little tired, and he just did okay. But the Avalanche were doing well enough to win these games. And then last night down a little bit, and then tonight, I think it's hitting. I just think he needs maybe a two-gamer. I don't know. I'm not Bednar. He has to make those decisions. And then the turnovers didn't help him either, but we'll get the turnovers. First goal, I'm putting enemy number one on McKinnon. I think it was 5 minutes in. Now, he took a penalty. That wasn't a penalty. Their guy was holding his stick, and from the ref's perspective, it looked like McKinnon was holding the guy with his stick, or hooking. I agree. Not a good call. Bullshit call. Well, that happens in the NHL. But why did he have to go on and on and on and on and on and get another fucking penalty by just jawing off? Never in this history of the sport has the referee changed his mind. I mean, you can let him hear it, but we don't need to take that early in the game against this team that is desperate to win against us, and they have the talent to do so. So, anyways, yeah, and we kill off the first power play. We kill off McKinnon's bad call penalty, and they scored on the one that was all him, just taking it an extra mile. Not great. We did throw our third line out there, and they did have a good shift, which they've been doing most of the year. Very impressed. And then, well, the first line gets back out there. I think it might have been 2 shifts after McKinnon is all that. First line's out there. And I'm going to actually go over to our board here and show you the monstrosity that was the effort on this goal. 4 out of the 5 guys played this wrong. 3.5. I'll give McCarr a little bit of a break here. Okay, so here we have McKinnon with the puck, and he gets taken down by their guy. They're kind of out of the play here. But McKinnon, no, he's forechecking the puck, and their guy chips it, and they both go down. This defenseman walks it up. I think this was Johnson, or who knows, and Rantanen. Taking kind of a lazy, hold my stick out type forecheck, hoping maybe he'll get a deflected pass for a goal rather than go through the guy and, establish your physical prowess and then take the puck, which is more successful and pisses them off more and wears them down more. But that's just me. So, anyways, this defenseman makes a nice escape. Rantanen, he can't recover in time. And these two guys are coming off the box. Let me make sure I got them in black. So they're coming out of the box and they're swinging through. And he hits them with a nice pass through here. Right? And now they're going up. And then they hit this guy here. Now, McCarr comes down and plays it back. Like, he's been covering this spot, which is fine. He should be covering that. Didn't really agree with the pinch necessarily when they had Landeskog out here. He should recognize that we don't have all of our guys, but that's not the real thing. And then he loses his edge. He loses his edge. Okay, he didn't get tripped. Go back and watch it. Zuccarello's stick is nowhere in there, and he kind of like almost like embellishes it more. Like maybe he wanted like, oh shit, I'm going down. This is embarrassing. Maybe I'll get a call out of it. He didn't. And so they're off to the races. He's swinging through. So again, McKinnon, he's still out of the play. Tangled up down here, and Rantanen, our boy, comes up the ice here, and he gets into the back check. Good. That's what you're supposed to do. Landeskog's playing the third guy high. He gets passed through. They pass it through him, and they pass it through him, and they're gone. They're gone. Graves was doing a good job on this play. Graves is actually doing his job, and he fell off because he recognized that, holy shit, and the last guy back, and we're having a major forecheck breakdown. So he backs off, and he's doing the 3-on-2. He's doing great. Meanwhile, I think we're coming up. So, Landeskog, after he gets passed through, stops moving his feet. And he decides to use his stick and push Makar. If you go back and watch it, he wants to push Makar with his stick here so he can catch the 3-on-2. Now, if it was a breakaway situation where there's no one else back, I can see the creativity. It makes a little bit of sense in physics. But when it's a 3-on-2 situation, no, you get your ass into play and you cover a guy. You are supposed to be part of the play. You do not sacrifice your spot in the play. You get back there and you cover someone. You may not get there in time necessarily, but you're going to make the pass more difficult. You're going to make them adjust more, and maybe you'll get a tip on the pass, or maybe you'll get a stick on the shot, soften it up, something. I don't know. And anyways, he's not the only one. At least he's giving some effort. Rantanen comes back hard up until about this point here and starts coasting. And he takes off his left glove and he's coasting. And he adjusts his jersey. He pulls it down and he's coasting. And really, the guy in front of him is probably 2 strides. He's probably at this point right here. And Rantanen's here. If Rantanen kept moving his feet, he would have been able to catch the guy who scored the fucking goal right here. He would have been able to caught him. But he decided to take off his back check and adjust his jersey because maybe it was an unflattering angle. And they get a pass to him. He buries it at top right. Poor Graves, poor Grubauer. And that's what's weird is he's been back checking most of the year. But when he was on that hot streak, he was back checking the crap out of guys, laying a hit in the corner, and then coming back in the zone with the puck and burying it or giving a nice pass. And that's why I feel like this is a big problem with this team and the second line is that same attitude. Minutes later, McDonald lays a cheap hit. It was cheap. He's going to get fined at least for that. Hopefully he doesn't have a suspension because he has been playing well. He's +2 or +1. Or he's doing great. But I mean, plus minus is kind of a weird stat. He's doing fine. He's laying shots on net. He's getting involved. But then we can't have him missing time or getting in a slump himself because we are down a lot of defensemen, and he was a gem for us, and we can't lose anymore. More penalties thereafter led to a goal. It was 3-0 going into the second. Interesting. Probably I don't know if it was Landeskog got him fired up or Gerard or Bednar, but they came out. I think they were on the power play coming into it. Yeah, that's right. They didn't score in the first minute in the first period left, with the last minute of the first period. But McKinnon has awoken and he puts it in the back of the net. He's putting in the effort. Very happy with how he played. After that first period, it was the reason for the first goal, but the rest of the game, he was one of the few players in the Avs that was playing well. Taves then had a horrible turnover. We've all kind of been there. We've all had our passes that didn't quite go our way. I'm not going to lay into them too much. They were already down a lot by that point, but it was uncharacteristic. That's why I'm not worried about it, but it was a bad turnover pass. He's not going to get a lot of those. And they bury it, so nothing on Grubauer there. But not good hockey. It's not the clean hockey we were playing. Bad turnovers. And then more penalties, and it led to a goal. Saad then had a turnover. and he was. So there's guys out there who are having good games. You know, not a lot this time for the Avalanche per se. There's guys out there who are having okay games and that you don't even notice them. Like, oh, I forgot that, Burakovsky was out there for that shift. Or, like they're not noticeable. That means they're doing average. But then there's guys who have bad games, and Saad had a bad game, and it was noticeably bad. He was late. He lost every puck battle. He had that awful turnover, multiple turnovers that shift that they scored on. One of the 8, and then he has no back check, and that, going back to that second line, which really I would say that is the third line. I would say Donskoy's line has been more consistent. So I know they're called the third line and the second line, but really Kadri's line is the third line right now. Fourth is just always the fourth because the way they play. That's how fourth lines work. But they're just not playing hard, and you can tell. You can tell who it starts with. It starts with Kadri. The guy plays 2 different styles of hockey. He plays either dump it, make you work for it, lay a hit. It's not going to be a big hit because he's not a big guy and it's not his game. Outworking the puck, filter to the front and scoring because they're not fast. Burakovsky has some speed, but Kadri and Saad are not necessarily fast in relative to the NHL players. So they got to change up their style. And when they were on their hot streak, it was because they were working hard. Maybe it was, but who knows? Right now, it's too much dangle. It's too much finesse. It's too much. I'm going to forecheck this play in a way that I can get poke it through for a breakaway instead of which is a lower possibility of that happening versus going in there and just punching the guy, not punching, laying a hit on the guy and battling for the puck. At least the guy is a little worn out. At least, you had a presence instead of just, giving him a nice fan to cool him off with your stick. It's becoming a problem, and it bled into the way the rest of the Avs played tonight. Just no coverages in front. It was 8-3. Again, we're not going to go through every goal. Fiala and Kirill had great games. Obviously, their power play was better than ours. They were 4 for 5, and we were 2 for 7. Special teams and goaltending. I'm going to say that a lot. Special teams and goaltending are what games come down to more times than not. And they had better goaltending. Salbit played well. And they had a way better power play, and our special teams were not solid. 2 goals ain't bad, but out of 7 in a game like this, we needed more. But I'm putting that more on Talbot. We talked about Saad. He was the dud of the game. I'm not going to go through the 3 stars because we all know who those 3 stars are, and good for them, but we get it. But we're just going to flush this. It's all we got to do. We got to flush it. Same way as when we won 9-3. Like, you can't let those kind of games influence your next few when they didn't in that last one. And they can't hear. I'm not worried. Every team has a loss like this. The 2001 Avalanche had a loss like this. It's fine. We just can't let it steamroll into something. And we need to show, hopefully they watched the tape and realized I'm being a little lazy right now. I'm not really protecting the hard areas in our D zone. I'm not really getting back and blocking shots like I used to. Hopefully. Donskoy, you and your line, keep doing your thing. Fourth line, keep doing your thing. We just need some guys to step up. Yeah, so, again, we're not worried. We gave ourselves a cushion for this road trip. We're going to lose some games, but at least we're in a good spot. I don't give a shit about the President's Trophy. I just hope we win the West so we get that early good seed. But yeah, we'll see you guys after the Anaheim game. If you liked it, please subscribe and give it a thumbs up. That would be great. And yeah, go enjoy the game, guys.